Hello, guys.
Hello?
Hello.
Welcome. I'm your host,
Thank
Faisal,
you.
and welcome to the Violet Flame Experience podcast, guys. So, this is the fourth of a series of podcasts where we're talking about the 12 chakra system. Again, we have Janet and Karina Bristow with us. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Hi.
good to be here.
Nice to have you. Thank you for joining us. So, you guys have been spiritual teachers and healers and helping people heal from trauma and giving them the tools to heal themselves for over 30 years. You're the founders of the unique soul healing system, the Simply Feeling Good membership website, and the Violet Flame Experience virtual reality app. So, again, thank you for joining me. Let's get started.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you.
Right, guys. So, as I said, this is the fourth in a series of podcasts of the 12 chakra system. And today we'll be diving into the navel chakra.
Yes.
Karina, do you want to kick us off and let us know, describe to us what the navel chakra is?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, so we're talking about the navel chakra today, and this is a new chakra. It sits just above the belly button. It's just above the sacral. It was one chakra, but it's now split into two, mirroring each other. It's a natural element of fire, and it's all about trusting in the now. Really, this precise moment, knowing this is exactly where you're meant to be. So it's teaching you to trust and learn your intuition.
And Janet, could you kind of expand on that and let us know why that's important for personal growth and well-being?
Yeah, and it's connected to your digestive system and your metabolic rate. So if you are out of balance, it means that you've stopped listening to yourself, and then it starts to manifest in the physical bodies, which is where it starts in your aura, in your emotional and mental bodies. And if you're not listening, then it starts to manifest in the physical body as an illness.
Okay. So, obviously, whenever you guys talk, and I've spoken to you offline and sometimes on podcasts, you come across with your explanations sometimes in a very universal way. But
Yes,
just for the
sorry.
Joe Blog public, just for the Joe Blog public, like where did the navel chakra come from? Because offline you were talking to me about, it was taken away from us and now it's come back. So, kind of give us some
Mhm.
context around that, Karina.
Yeah, so since 2012, we've been given these chakras back. So we originally had them in the Atlantean times, and we had all 12. But these were times where everything was really good, everything was in perfect balance. But obviously, we have the yin and the yang, and the negative sides and the ego started to creep in, and more. And in the end, God, the divine decided enough is enough, and he decided to take them away from us. And they've been sort of like kept away from us until recent years.
And the,
Okay.
and the reason we're being given them back is because we're having to um, work them. We're moving into a new energy. The world is changing, and therefore our vibration is changing, which is really good because this these new shards been given back will help us then bring heaven on earth to in time to this planet, and which can only then bring peace.
Okay. Well, I'm a student of knowledge. I like to get deep into certain things, but we want to try and keep things compact as possible. You mentioned
I know. I think
Atlantean
that's what I
time.
find hardest here. I've got to be honest. Yes,
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it all so compact for everyone, so I don't go off on a
Yeah.
tangent because it is such a huge subject. All of
Yeah.
this, so to keep
Yeah.
it quite, yeah,
Yeah.
But
But
short.
I do feel
yeah,
like sometimes, like, I need to know where Atlantis was, right? So I did a bit
Okay.
of research, and it's a legend that says Atlantis was an island west of the
Mm,
Strait of Gibraltar that sank into the Atlantic Ocean as a result of earthquakes. Now that in itself kind of made me feel a bit more curious about things, and I thought, all right,
okay.
okay. So, and then you told me that this is a lost city of Atlantis, right?
Yes.
And I got a bit more deep into it, and it says that researchers had previously proposed that Atlantis was located on the Greek island of Santorini. Um, Now, in terms of Atlantis, obviously, some people feel that it was maybe a legend. Some people might think it was a
Hmm.
myth. Whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, the knowledge that you guys have regarding the 12 chakras, and 5 being taken away and then coming into then being in the mainstream as 7. What you're saying here is that the navel chakra was one of those chakras that were taken away due to certain things that went on in Atlantis at that time. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, you've got to remember that
It was a kind of a
Atlant-
punishment.
in Atlantis itself,
Hmm,
you, we were able to use all of our senses to the fullest,
hmm,
Yes.
and
I don't think, can I just add in there? I don't think it was a punishment.
hmm,
I think what it is that you go down these paths and you're learning,
hmm,
and it's like our life paths. If you can imagine, we're born on, on a certain date, and you've designed your whole path, and you're going to pass back home on a certain date. And if they can't see you getting to that point by the time you've reached that age, they will
hmm,
take you back. And that's
hmm,
exactly what it's done with the chakras. It's like, no, 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 we can't. You're not going to reach the full potential. You're going too far off the path. We need to bring you back in and start you again.
hmm. So it
uh,
was like a reset.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Not a punishment. Yeah.
So the Atlanteans were an advanced cultural people that were discovering
Mm-hmm.
and harnessing lots of advanced technologies thousands of years ago. In fact, it was like somewhere in the region of around 9,000 years ago. Um, and that's where then the kind of the context comes in regarding the navel chakra, in terms of it being taken away and now being brought back. Um, so talk to me a little bit more about, more on a deeper level, why you would feel that navel chakra is blocked. How would you know that?
On a physical sense, you will be having kidney problems, or you may experience depression.
Hmm.
It's in that physical essence, but on a sort of like a more of an emotional, you start to question everything. You'll be thinking, I don't know what's right for me, I don't know whether it's wrong for me, should I take that job offer, should I not, should I be in a relationship, should I not? And you get completely confused. So they're the things that you would, if you was out of balance, they're the symptoms that you would be having.
Would that be like something like kind of like a lack of self-esteem? It sounds to me
Mm.
like it's maybe you've lost your sense of purpose or personal identity
Yes.
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Key word here is depression, and I think
Mm.
people have depression. They can't see. They can't see the outcome of anything good. All they can see is this mist in front of them, and that's really because it's to do with your emotions. This chakra, it that they don't see the that far ahead. They can't see a way out of things, can they?
Hmm.
No, but if you were in balance and you trusted yourself and trusted your intuition, then you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't find them.
Okay, so those are the negative symptoms. So, for example, feeling
Yeah.
a lack of self-esteem, feeling depressed, not having a sense of
Hmm.
purpose. What would it be if you were overactive in that? How would you be feeling then? What would be the kind of symptoms of an overactive navel chakra?
You'd be rushing everything. I think everything you do on impulse, whether it was right or wrong, you would be like, oh, I'm just doing this or I'm just doing that. I'm making that decision. Speaking, not necessarily your truth, but your ego side of words, and just being really impulsive in everything.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a bit like manic, being a bit manic,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So would that like kind of go into that more the over aggressive kind of natured sort of people,
Yeah.
more kind of self-centered people, that kind of thing, more power hungry,
Yeah.
bossy people?
Absolutely. Yeah. And people that just somebody that just doesn't think about anything other than what they want to see right in front of them.
Mm, okay. Well, I can see that probably sometimes applies to myself as well, and
Oh,
probably, you know, um, but
surely
then
not.
yeah, but then it's like sometimes impulsiveness, right? So it's like kind of you want to buy something really, really, you just look at something, you want to purchase it. Is that somehow connected? at all?
Yeah, but you've got to look at the reason behind why you're trying to impulsively buy. So that's a symptom. So it's the emotion behind that of like, you know, why you want to impulsively eat. Why do you want to impulsively drink, take drugs? It's all of that kind of, they're a symptom to the emotion behind what you're really, really feeling.
Yeah, and obviously, guys, obviously, since I've been learning all about the chakras and having these chats with you, I've certainly realized that there's always something underlying based on
Yeah.
those symptoms, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Those underlying things are very personal to oneself, aren't they? There's always a story behind every single individual. Everybody's different, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I mean, don't forget, everything starts with a thought. So if you know, that gets bigger and bigger and you don't deal with that thought, it goes through to your emotional body, goes through, you know, your etheric. Once it can't go any further, it then starts to feed through to the physical. And that's where you get your illnesses and all your other symptoms, because you're
So
not dealing with that initial thought process.
yeah. So the emotions are then kind of manifesting in physical symptoms, such as the
Yes.
ones that you've described. You've mentioned a word called etheric.
Yeah.
Explain what that means. What is that?
It's a plane, really, if you like. It's just another energy that we can't really see, or we can. When you meditate, you can very often go into another world, and it's just simply like that. You know, it's just like opening a door and going through into another room, but it's a different energy, and
Interesting.
everything's in the etheric. So, um, that's what
So
we
it's
call.
kind of a portal that you're going from one place to another. Is that the kind of thing
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly like your emotions. It goes out. Everything is an energy. It's a ripple effect. Where you can't see it, but everything, even right now, between us three, we're sending out energies and we're sending out a ripple effect. And that's everything you think, that's exactly what you're creating. So if you're in balance with your thoughts, it will affect that chakra, and that's when it becomes imbalanced. And then that's what you're sending out. So once it's hit so far, it can't go any further. So actually, until you deal with it, it's going to start screaming at you, and it starts screaming in the physical essence.
And the more you ignore it, the worse the symptoms
The
get.
bigger it gets. Yeah.
Yeah, and the normal Joe public ain't going to realize when it's out of sync, right? Unless they have this education around what sort of
Yeah.
symptoms they could be
Yeah.
feeling.
Yes.
Again, let's talk about more things that are probably part of the unseen, which is the color of the chakra. You know, how you see it from a different point of view based on the mainstream.
Is that to me?
Yeah, Karina, please.
Okay, I could do that. Yeah. So universally, the color is orange. Okay. So, but don't forget, it's from the previous podcast. It was exactly the same, but again, it's the same chakra. So remember, it's split into two. But obviously, for the healing aspect, we're looking at the direct chakra itself. So we're looking at it from a soft mint color.
Mint green.
What did I say?
Yeah, mint color.
Sorry.
Mint color,
Yeah.
but mint
Sorry.
green. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yes,
knew
a
what you
mint
meant.
green.
I knew what you meant by mint.
Yeah, so yeah, when you see, like I said to you earlier, when you are born, you're born with a life plan. So and everything has a purpose. Everything comes in perfect time, and you know, we have many counselors in many higher realms, and this helps to design your life map. From every soul that you meet to every guide and every teacher that you come across, they're with you and they're wanting you to, you know, reach your goals of what you have come here to learn. It's not about experiences, it's about the lesson that you wanting to learn. That's the key, and that's where your intuition has to come into it. So when everyone that you meet is teaching you, no one is bad, nobody is good, they just are. You have no right to judge anyone, and they have no right to judge you. So your soul will be prodding you always to stay true to yourself. Your guides, whether they see you, whether you see them, or whether you feel them, are always there to help you to follow your own map. Remember, you're born here alone, but you are perfect. Everything is perfect timing, but you will go back alone in that sense.
Mm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. So initially, what you're saying
Yeah.
is there's this disposition that all humans have, in that
Yes.
in that we are all the same. We come from the same source,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we're guided towards our true selves all the time.
Yes.
Whenever we're getting away from that path, so that disposition is forcing us, if you will, to kind of get on that path. That's what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And
I
sometimes you
mean,
need spiritual teachers and guides to get you back on that path.
yeah. I mean, if you can imagine, on a sort of like just an example, you're born in Brighton, and if your destination is to reach Edinburgh, how many ways can you get to Edinburgh from in the UK? There's probably hundreds of different ways, and you could go backwards, you could go forwards, left, right, up, down, however you want to, but by the time you've reached a certain age, you will be in Edinburgh, and that's what your guides will keep you on that map, keeping you, you go too far to the left, too far to the right, they will bring you back. But
Yes.
if there's ever a point where they think you've not learned that lesson, and by the time you've agreed to come back, you're not going to reach that, you're not going to learn that lesson, that's where they will take you back quite quickly, just to
Okay.
reset you.
Yeah,
So
today we're here to learn lessons. That's what we've come to the planet for.
yeah.
Experience and to learn lessons for our soul. So Queen is absolutely right. When we've got our blueprint that we come to Earth with, it's it really is that case that you can travel down any road, providing you get to that end result on that time.
Mm.
Talk to me a little bit about the color here, because I want to try and get a little bit more context around why the majority of all of the chakras in the mainstream are different colors, as according to your teachings, the chakra colors are totally different because you've had guidance from Saint Germain to show you and to give you that knowledge that these are actually different colors. Why are the colors in the mainstream different? I mean, you've told us why the colors are different in your case. Where did that come from in terms of the mainstream colors? Where did they get their knowledge from?
I think they've taken them just so it's what they represent, and it's the easiest way to recognize that chakra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it.
So is there
But
any
obviously,
kind of
we
healing aspect to that at all? Like you guys have clearly obviously shown in our previous episodes that the colors are relevant to the healing aspect of that chakra. I haven't seen anywhere in the mainstream that the colors have a healing aspect. They're just colors.
Yeah,
It's just like either
they're
here
just
or
born
either
out.
here or there.
I think this is born out of where people have meditated and they've seen these colours, and it's been, you know, a lot of people have probably done it, and they've all seen that colour. So over time, maybe this is where it's come from. But our
it's
healing,
not wrong.
sorry,
Mm-hmm.
They're not wrong.
they're not
They're
wrong.
not. No, they're not wrong. Don't forget, like I said, if you can imagine, all of your chakras has every color of the spectrum. So what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing is we're pulling out a healing essence, and for you to have that vibration, that's the color you need to link into to
Okay.
get that vibration.
So you're
Yeah.
actually focusing in the color for that chakra, but you're not saying that you're what's already in the mainstream.
Sorry, I missed that. I'm really sorry.
So tell us a little bit more about how we're going to heal that navel chakra then. Sorry, talk to us a little bit about how we're going to get that navel chakra into alignment.
Okay. It's about you staying true to yourself, isn't it? It's about you
Yeah.
into your own self. And once
Mm-hmm.
again, it's about you being able to recognize your intuition and standing in your own power. If somebody wants to do something and you don't, it's up to you to be able to stand there and say, well, actually, that's not for me. Instead of going
Mm.
along with it and feeling terrible about it because you've actually gone against your instincts. What you
I hear quite a lot of, that people looking for new relationships, and they have their, their ideal person, and then, and they kind of set on, this is the exact person I want to meet. Then they meet a person, then they're like, oh, well, that's not quite what I wanted in that person, but they make excuses, and it's like, it's okay, you'll be all right over time. And actually, if you listen to your intuition in the first place, that wasn't the right person for you.
Mm.
and
So you've got to
actually
have
see
a
that
very
your voice.
strong, balanced intuition for that, right?
Yes, yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's we're all souls. We're all learning, and it's teaching you. If you are coming across the wrong people, then maybe your lesson is really listen to yourself, find that right person, and
Mm.
be strong in knowing that right person is good for you, is not good for you, is that's the right person, that's not the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
talk to us a little bit more about experience three then. How have you developed experience three to be able to help with clearing, unblocking, and realigning the navel chakra?
I think this has got to be if you look at the experience, what you're looking at, experience three here on the
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah. If you actually look at that VR itself, you're just in the now, aren't you? You're just going with the flow, just allowing yourself to think and to be guided. And this is but being guided by your own intuition. And that's, I think, how we heal it, because you're just literally just being guided to wherever.
You're tuning back into yourself.
Yes.
You're tuning back into listening to your inner, your inner voice that will always be prodding you to know what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, hence the reason why you called it trust in the now,
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
whereby, you get the feeling of being able to trust yourself, discover a lot of peace, kind of get with the present in essentially, isn't it?
Yeah. I
mm,
mean, this bit of VR, virtual reality clip that you're showing is just amazing, because that allows a person just to be in the now, in your
Yeah.
own thoughts, to listen to yourself, connect
Yeah.
with your own intuition. It just allows a person to be.
I think what the actual activity within this one is that we actually get you to ask you to draw the dove to
Yeah.
Mm.
represent freedom. Hmm.
Mm. It's also very immersive when it goes into the space. I've
Yes.
actually
Yes.
checked it out myself.
Hmm.
It's literally quite surreal. You can see all of the planets. You come down from that particular part of the experience, feeling very lightheaded, as if there's a whole weight lifted off your shoulders in aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
How have other
it kind
people
of
felt
shows
about
you.
going through this? How have other people felt about? What are the reviews on this experience so far that you know about?
It's just peaceful. What people say is
Mhm.
just peaceful, and it brings them back into their just serenity within their whole body.
They feel
Mm.
uplifted, and they feel able
Mm,
to, one of the things that again, because they've been taken up into the planets, and they're just moving with the, with the scenes, and it just allows them to sit and just have that space and time once again, to be able to listen to their own intuition. And very often when they've come out, they've said, this has really calms me down enough to think. And when they can think, and they can, see clearly, then they can make the right choices for themselves, can't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I truly believe that, helping lots of people in this particular area is it just adds a lot of quality for your own life. When you know that people are suffering from these kinds of symptoms, you guys have just gone that extra mile to be able to kind of offer this to people. I can see on the website that you're actually offering one experience for free for anybody who signs up with an Oculus, right?
That's
We
right.
are. Yes. It's a great offer, isn't it?
So I mean, let's go through your website, because I think this is really really key for us here,
Mm,
in terms of your website and what it actually, how it actually tells people which experience is good for them, right? Um, so if I was to bring up your website here, let's quickly talk about how you would actually, recommend the right experience for people. So just give me 1 second. Oh, my lovely experience. So these are all of the experiences that you guys have now. Currently, you're still in development mode, aren't you?
we
You
are
have
with some of
12.
them, yes.
Yeah, so you have the 12 experiences advertised on the website. Um, and when somebody hits your homepage, um, people are obviously going to be asked to click on the relevant feeling that they are feeling right now. So
Yeah.
currently we're talking about the fact that you're feeling powerless and stagnant, right? Which is relevant to the navel chakra. You can
Yes.
see here, this one's relevant to the heart chakra, which we'll be talking about in future episodes. But talking about how people can navigate through your website is really key here, isn't it? Because let's say, for example, we're talking about the navel chakra, people can click here to learn more. And this is where they can actually get this experience for 11.99 a year, or free with the
Yes.
MetaQuest.
Yes. It's
Now
brilliant,
that's really
isn't it?
good, isn't it? Because you're
Yeah.
allowing people to try it for free.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful. Those that have got
Mm,
those that have got a MetaQuest 2, can also, um, have a look at that just for 11.99, and
yeah.
try other symptoms as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fantastic website. You've also got an
It's
affiliate
brilliant.
program for anybody who wants to sign up as an affiliate. Um,
Yes.
so talk to us about how people have
Could I
have
just
reviewed.
say as well, where you
Sure.
like lift it up and you see the tunnel where I think you're going too far up. You need to go back
Yeah,
to the
this one
top.
here. Yeah,
That's it. Where going through like an ethos from one round to another is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
yeah. Hmm.
People, even for myself and I've, other people just like love it. They just, it's like transforming into a whole different realm.
and
Yes.
and and I think the immersiveness of a VR will really
Mm,
enhances that as well, doesn't it? Because it gives you that
yes.
feeling that you are going from one place to another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the safety, because I mean, like we have angels come and wrap their arms, their wings around you, and lift you up, and that so you feel that it's peaceful and it's safe, and that you just able to just be in that moment.
Excellent. So get yourself over to the violetflameexperience.co.uk, guys, where you can book either a free demo,
Yeah.
and even take advantage of the launch offer of getting one free experience, saving you 11.99 when you purchase a MetaQuest 2 device. Janet, do you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to answer your question when you said how would you choose? You
Mm,
know, if you're looking at the experiences, then yes, what are you drawn to? What is your what is your intuition telling you that you need? And you will actually be naturally drawn to one of them to start with. But also remember that very often when one is out of alignment
hmm
or blocked or then
Overactive.
overactive, yeah, then you more or less guaranteed there's others. But
Mm.
to start with, use your intuition.
Yeah, we discussed it in our earlier episodes, didn't we? That
Mm,
it's very common to have a problem with another chakra if you have a problem with one.
Yes.
For example, we talked about the earth chakra, didn't we, and how that was very relevant to the next one up. Um,
yeah.
so it's obviously it's a feeling of not being grounded, etc. So
Mm,
we're learning all the time, guys, and it's all thanks
we
to you
are.
guys. So of course We hope this has also brought our listeners some value, and we look forward to carrying on the series with more discussions around the 12 chakra system. So thank you again, Janet and Karina, for joining us around this discussion today.
Thank you, Faisal, and I appreciate all of your help as well. Been a great host.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. And as always, thanks for listening to the Violet Flame Experience podcast. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.